Now, this afternoon in Tel Aviv, I sat down with former Israeli Foreign Minister Tzipi Livni and began by asking, with much of the world appalled by the enormous loss of life in the Gaza Strip, what is her response to those critical of Israel?
I'm not asking the international community or the Arab world to turn a blind eye to what we are doing in Gaza, but I would expect them to judge it in accordance to their own parameters and moral aspects. Because what happened is that a terrorist organization, jihadists, infiltrated into our villages, massacred in the most brutal, unthinkable manner children and women, and kidnapped more than 200, while Israel, as a democracy, needs to defend its citizens. And while we are doing so, we are trying to avoid, to prevent, or to minimize the civil casualties.
If you're trying to do everything to avoid those casualties, looking at the numbers, you're not doing a very good job there, are you?
You know, I was in the Israeli cabinet security cabinet during 2 rounds of military operations in Gaza. I was also there in one of them. I was also as a Minister of Justice, and each and every target was approved by the Attorney General, asking whether it's in accordance to the international law or not. So in any war, and Hamas
even now, at the moment?
Hamas waged war against Israeli civilians. So the comparison, well, they killed this number and you killed more of them, so now it's even. No, this is not the reason of the military operation. It's not about rage or it's not even about retaliation. We tried everything.
I think it was an Israeli writer who said that Gaza is an open-air prison run by some very vicious inmates.
We don't want Gaza, we didn't want Gaza to be a prison. The only way that we cannot afford Gaza to be open, because they are using everything to get weapons, to rearm themselves.
There are plenty of people in this country who have told me you can try and kill dozens, hundreds of Hamas commanders. You're not going to kill the idea behind it. And because of the violence of the last few weeks, the idea will only get stronger.
I mean, come on. You know, people are speaking about ceasefire, but there was ceasefire on October 6th, but yet
I'm talking about the long-term arrangement here.
No, but it's a vicious circle. What you are saying is that when we are acting against terror, so then they will hate us more. So if we don't want this war now to be just another round, there's a need to think together about the day after, and I agree with you. The day after, this is something that the international community should work with, the legitimate Palestinian Authority, with Egypt, with the US, with the United Nations. It's very complicated solution, but yet, look at the situation. You have a legitimate Palestinian Authority that is not even willing to take responsibility on Gaza.
But on that point, you know, again, there are many people inside Israel who've told me repeatedly that the Prime Minister, Bibi Netanyahu, has gone out of his way to undermine the authority of the Palestinian Authority.
Listen, I am...
And you're not a fan of his?
No, listen, I'm not only not a fan, I was the leader of the opposition, I'm one of his historical opponents, and yes, we have...
But is that true? Is that a fair accusation, that he's been trying to undermine a two-state solution with a moderate Palestinian partner?
Yes, but this is not the reason for what we faced, okay?
But don't you think that the two-state solution, which you apparently still believe in, President Biden still believes in it, I've not come across a single person in this country in the last month who tells me honestly that they still believe this is possible.
You know, you were just speaking about the Palestinians. How could they believe in peace when they are seeing, when they are looking at the destruction in Gaza? So trust me, it will be very difficult now to meet the Israelis that will, after they saw this massacre and this evil and brutality, to say yes, it's just Hamas and not all the Palestinians. But I hope, okay, I hope that we will find a way to live in peace. And the only way to live in peace, I believe, is in accordance to a just solution.
Tzipi Livni, thank you very much.
Thank you.